following audio transmission was received from an unknown radio source within the northeastern region of the continental United States. The radio signal has been deciphered from a secret broadcasting facility and is now being transmitted to your listening device. This is the Nostalgia Cafe.
Good to be here.
And welcome back to the greatest memories of your childhood, the Nostalgia Cafe. We're so glad you found us. I am Dan Morrow.
I am the world's most dangerous Jew, Sam Seitels.
How do I follow that?
with the most canceled, the beautiful Karen, always with us to join us, the beautiful Karen Lynn.
I'm allowed to say that.
He is allowed to say that.
We are your guides on the journey of your lifetime. Take your toast.
Yes, I've waited all day.
First things first, be sure to like, subscribe, follow us. You see us on YouTube now. This is what we look like. You got a face to match the sound that you hear. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all the listening platforms.
Made him strong this week, Karen.
It's the vodka.
Really? The one I bought?
Yes.
Oh.
That's why it tastes different.
What do we usually use?
Tito's.
Oh, should have gotten that Tito. Oh, well, absolutely.
Okay.
What are you going to do?
Now we know.
So, Karen,
Yes.
what do you put in your ideal martini?
In my ideal martini, I make a dirty martini.
And what is that dirty martini?
Okay, so normally it is vodka, which my favorite is Tito's. So I do Tito's because I think it's smooth.
Uh-huh.
And then a little Dirty Sue is what it's called. And that's the dirty in it.
It's called a Dirty Sue?
Dirty Sue.
I didn't know that.
It's olive brine, basically.
Just a little bit?
Well, I can tell you the ratio.
Just so the kids at home can make their own.
Okay, well, for Sam and I do like 8 ounces of vodka to about 2 ounces of the dirty, and I put it in our trusty shaker, and I shake it up and serve it with blue cheese olives. And then I make another.
Serious condensation.
And then,
all this
it's very frosty because I put ice in there. I usually freeze the glasses,
stuff. Okay.
but the glasses were not frozen this time, so I put some ice cubes in them with a little bit of cold water and let them sit for a little bit.
This is the same ratio as you.
It is the same ratio that
Just
I
a different
always use,
vodka
just
for
a
you,
different
Sam.
vodka.
Shout out to Tito. He knows how to do it.
Yeah, Tito's is smooth.
Yeah.
Tito's is very smooth. I like it.
All right.
It's my favorite vodka now. It's usually the only one.
Yeah.
I
What
will
did we
use.
do before Tito's?
I don't know.
I don't know. Oof.
Kettle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would do kettle.
Yeah. I made the
But-
mistake when I was right out of college, like buying the cheap stuff. Oof.
Yeah, you get a headache. And
Oh, it's the worst.
yeah.
Tito's is where it's at. Sponsor us, Tito's.
There you go.
We love you.
Tito's. Yep.
Yeah.
Or any liquor store.
Yeah. You're missing out, Dan Morrow.
No, I'm not.
He's really not.
No, I'm
and none
not.
of my friends like it either.
No,
so.
you see me on pure air.
Yeah.
So you don't want to see me on any
When I found out-
any
wanna see it.
corruptible beverage.
When I found out that Sam was a dirty martini drinker, I got very excited because nobody that
Hey.
I hang
Hey,
with
right here.
That's
Boom.
beautiful.
really drinks a dirty.
Really?
Really? They
Oh,
all
man.
like, yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually don't have any friends either. It's just us.
I have friends.
I actually don't have
They drink-
friends.
Well, I mean, I don't have a lot of friends, but I have a handful of friends. But
Yeah. Well, let me
none
tell
of them
you.
I don't think really drink the dirty.
If you're listening to this and you drink a dirty martini,
Yeah.
we're best friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I have no friends.
Oh, I'm your friend. I don't count.
Dan probably couldn't even pretend to like this. It has
Nah,
to be.
I
It
tried.
would have to be fruity,
I tried. It'd be like
sweet.
yeah, like a rum and coke without the rum.
Oh, man.
It's just got to be just
That goes to
Good for
that.
you,
Wait,
Dan
but that
Morrow.
goes to show you right there. He mentioned rum and coke. That goes to show you how long it's actually been since he has really.
What, is that
Drank.
old school?
no. And I've never. I had never.
When you first start,
No, I only know that because that was the Beatles' preferred choice of.
I just feel like when
Oh.
you first start drinking and you don't know what to drink, you get like a rum and coke or something.
You know what I love
no,
about
you
doing?
just grab the cheapest bottles of
Yeah.
beer when you're 16, and
Yeah.
that's
beer.
it.
Little natty
Because
light.
I quit drinking. I stopped drinking when I was 21. So
Did you have like one of those bad experiences? That,
Nope.
No, just a
don't
decision
like
was made.
I've had many, and I still go back for more.
I know those nights were like, I'll never drink again.
Yeah, I don't ever listen to that.
No, 1 week later.
Yeah.
You ever have, ladies and gentlemen, talk about this being an educational podcast.
Yeah.
If you ever go down the liquor aisle and you see something called 99 bananas.
Oh, I've had it. Yeah, I've only had it because during quarantine when we were bored as hell. Sorry. For my middle daughter's 21st birthday, somebody got her all the little airplane size bottles or whatever, and it had all different. And I'm like, oh. So
They resorted to the little bottles.
we
'cause
resorted to the little
cabinets
bottles that
were
had been in
empty.
there for almost 2
The
years.
cabinets were empty.
So I open it up and I'm like, ooh, let's do some shots today. And there was 99 bananas. I'm like, what is this? Yeah, it's not very good.
No.
Not very good.
I'm not going to get into the stories about that because I want to keep the
Yeah,
listeners.
see, I only had a
It's-
taste. I only had a taste of it. I just did a little. I didn't even do a shot. I just because I smelled it and I thought, I don't know about this. And
I'm getting sick. Let's
You're
change the
getting sick
subject.
thinking about
Guys,
it?
I feel like there's shout outs we need to give. I mean, so many people have been showing love.
Yes.
You guys, who do we need to shout out to right now before we get this party started?
I think first of all, our brand new friend, your brand new friend, Lauren Marie Taylor, has just been phenomenal.
She
We
has.
shouted out to her last week when on the Ted Slauson show, but she's been phenomenal. You know what I like? I like that we're maintaining a relationship with these people.
Love it, man.
You know,
Love it.
Catherine Mary Stewart went out of her way not to just get us an autograph of her, but she actually wound up getting Lance Guest to sign it.
Right.
As well. Joel Miller,
That dude's the
who was a
man.
great podcast show talking about all his experiences as a roadie and what he did. Yeah, we just scratched the surface with the roadie stuff. We got to have him on for something totally different. He's written songs, he's done movies, he's directed stuff.
When I found out he was coming on, I started reading the book, but I didn't have time to finish it. I would love to really get through that thing
really
and then
get
talk to
into
him
it and
again.
talk to him because I think there's stuff that he did that's not even in the book.
Oh, I'm sure.
And then Ted Slauson, he was phenomenal. He was just
Awesome.
And I didn't see that coming at all. That was just again just a great
Spur of the moment.
Yeah, just a total spur of the moment. That was actually amazing. And
Are all our
intriguing.
guests? I feel like we just keep getting so lucky. Like all our guests are so cool.
I
We're
think
so much
because we're
fun.
cool.
Oh yeah,
But we also
because we
I think
say
they
we're
have-
cool.
I think they have a good time.
I think
That's
so.
all. I just think they have fun, and
I
they're
think
like,
so.
"Oh, this was really fun."
You know who I called this week? Who I really want to have
He's
fun
gonna
over an
name drop.
interview?
He's gonna name drop.
Willow, also the Leprechaun. I'm talking about Warwick Davis.
Warwick Davis.
Yeah, oh, God, that would be a dream come true.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Yeah, there's a lot of pictures of him sitting on Carrie Fisher's lap because he was the Ewok.
Yeah, that's where he
Or the,
started.
yeah.
And then they made Willow for him. Like, what's his name? Like, wrote it, made it for him.
Is that with Val Kilmer?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Back when Val Kilmer was a stud.
when he was Val Kilmer.
Ooh, you seen him lately?
Yeah, I was going to get his book. His book sounds really amazing because of everything he's going through with, I think, mouth cancer, throat cancer.
Oh.
There's a
Now
lot
you
of stuff
feel
going
bad.
on with him.
Yeah, maybe that's why.
Yeah, how do you feel now?
Yeah, now he feels bad.
I feel like
'cause
changing
he-
the subject.
Yeah.
Willow, do you know that they're making on the show, Disney Plus maybe? They're making like a TV show of Willow with Warwick Davis right now.
Are they really?
Yes, sir. So we got to cover that. So hopefully Warwick has to plug that. Warwick, we want you. We want you here,
That'd be
dude.
awesome. He was in Ray, the Ray Charles story.
He was?
Yeah.
I've seen that movie twice. I
Yeah.
don't remember.
When Ray has his very first show, Warwick is the MC.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
He's the man.
Yeah.
Good man.
And once again, our mascot, our show mascot, is at
She's
my
under
feet.
our table.
Where's she at? Hey.
I can't move.
Luna.
Love her. Guys, thank you so much for so we were gonna do like the babes of back in the day.
Absolutely.
We still got that one in our pocket.
We've decided rather than talk about bikini-clad women,
We'll
talk about men who wear tights.
Yeah. I mean, we've done pro wrestling already. We've done the dudes. Well, let's just keep this train rolling.
Okay,
Chugga,
you
chugga.
have to fill us in because we know nothing about this. And in the interest of full disclosure, I have to tell you, I don't watch this.
But you've had my friends, the martial artists, come over. You guys have the pay-per-views and stuff.
They're friends, and
Not
majority
not
of the
to my
time-
house, but I go somewhere else, and it's really just for the alcohol and the food. Sorry.
She goes for the alcohol, and
and
food.
the company.
But it goes with
I
the
can't.
fight.
I can't watch it.
Yeah,
I don't like
I've watched,
watching fights.
I've watched some of it, but it is very hard for me to watch.
Why?
I don't like
I don't like
watching
seeing
people
guys
fight.
hurt each other.
Yeah, I don't.
just
You know, my mom
I don't
always
find that
thought it was.
entertaining.
My mom always thought it was the strangest thing because, like, she always. I mean, you know, I'm a pretty nice guy. I mean, people say I'm nice. I'm a teacher. Like, but at the same time, like, I love things that have to do with violence. Now, let me keep going. Let me explain myself.
Yeah, explain.
Before.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah. Okay. So, like a street fight, I don't like that.
Right.
Like,
Right.
I don't like street fights. I don't like confrontation like that. Like really brutal stuff. What I do love are two things. I love movie violence, just really cool movie
Gore.
fights. Gore.
I can't get enough gore.
It depends on the movie violence for me. Like if it has to do with a man hitting a woman, I don't like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No,
But
nobody.
like,
I mean, who
but
would
like
that?
Die Hard or whatever, you know, like
yeah, we're
shoot
talking
them up
about
and
aliens
yeah,
getting their heads ripped
that
off
I'm fine with.
coming
but
through the stomachs. And
The other type of violence that I've liked ever since I was just a little guy is just honorable competition. Like I love honorable competition. And the truest form of that is mixed martial arts.
Well, that's the thing that always amazes me. And I've obviously I'm a big Joe Rogan fan. I used to listen to him
Are you?
all the time. Absolutely.
Best podcast.
And second best.
Second best. Horror 365, we got you. I aspire to be a Joe Rogan. I'm a martial artist. I'm bald.
There
What
you
more?
go.
What's great about it is he'll have some of these fighters on, and just listening to them talk and stuff, that they're very down to earth, just calm people, relaxed people. It's nice to listen to these people, but I've always been fascinated with the fact that you get so psyched to beat up another person, and as soon as you're done, it's worthy enough that you give that person a hug or you shake their hand and stuff. It was never like, you know, I just wanted to kick you down, keep you down, and now I'm just going to walk away to victory. You know, it was like, no, you were a worthy opponent.
Well, there's a lot to be said about what he was just talking about. The fact that they're the nicest people. It's not 100% of the time.
No,
But the
no.
thing is that a lot of times,
Kind of like I get the same thing with hockey players.
nicest people.
Yeah, and my kid used to do ice, and he used to do street, and the kids, the fights and stuff, and I just couldn't even watch half the stuff that they were doing to each other. And then you see them off the rink,
Right.
and they're the calmest, nicest.
Well, how many times did you see it when you were a kid, or that you've just heard the stories where the guy who puffs his chest out and acts like a real jerk to everybody is really just hurting inside, probably can't fight.
the bully? Yeah,
You know, and that is, I think, one of the reasons, probably the biggest reason why martial artists tend to be really nice people, really calm people, approachable a lot of times, is because they're so confident. I can't imagine what it feels like being defenseless out there. Like for someone, that's why people puff out their chests, is because really they know they've got nothing.
right.
That if someone was to fight them, they might be in really big trouble. Can they take a punch to the face? Do they even know how to throw a punch or a takedown?
Right.
But someone who knows martial arts, even scratching the surface of it, you can build your confidence and you don't have to puff out your chest. You can be nice knowing that, hey, if someone messes with me, I can defend myself. So I don't have to put on a show.
right. I also from listening to Rogan, you start to you listen to enough of the shows, you start to memorize the people that are involved in his world. And Hickson,
Hickson Gracie.
that whole school, the whole school, and his whole family. I guess the whole
Gracies.
Gracies. I've heard about them so much from Brendan Schaub and from Rogan, that when you showed me the first video, the origins of it all, that they had something to do with this.
Oh,
That definitely got my attention.
I mean,
but
what
I can
other-
only watch so much because I just can't. I don't like,
Really?
especially when they try to break their noses. I just can't watch it. And I'm the same guy that'll watch some crazy stuff just out of curiosity.
You mean like horror movies and
No,
stuff?
no. Like,
Well,
like,
yeah, you
like
will
crazy
watch that,
stuff.
but
I'll watch
you will-
that, but like crazy stuff, and then Evil Knievel, watching him
Right,
go
like
bouncing
crazy
off the
stunts,
walls and
dangerous stuff.
Exactly.
But there's
Exactly.
there's nothing going for him to hurt him. He's just going out there for himself and taking a risk. But what you can't watch is the confrontation of two men who are going to battle, trying to knock each other's heads off.
Right. Yeah. Like what's that sport that they do where they balance themselves on walls and they jump from cars? Parkour.
Yeah, my son's taking
Parkour.
kind of like ninja
Is he?
parkour classes right
Because
now.
I've seen one where the guy's on the edges of the building and they jump from here to there, and then they'll jump and then they'll fall and they'll hold themselves up and they'll pick themselves
It's
up.
like freestyle running.
Yeah, and then they lift themselves up and go back on the ledge. And I saw the one who he let go, and all you saw was him go out of frame. The high wire guys, all those guys. I have to watch just out of curiosity.
Yeah.
But I for some reason I can't watch that
I
stuff.
love it, man. I absolutely love it.
You know what? Probably because it's something that at one point I wanted to do.
Excuse me?
Well, with the success of Karate Kid, but even before that, the
You
kids in
wanted
my
to be a
school
kung
wanted to
fu
be
fighter, didn't you?
wanted to be Bruce Lee.
Everybody wants kung fu fighting.
Hey, did you ever see those guys? Those cats are fast as lightning.
Did-em.
Should we keep going with this?
No.
And you kind of think, I'm thinking, wow, this would be really good discipline. When I was younger, like 6th grade, 5th grade, the Hispanic kids that I would spend time with loved Bruce Lee, and they loved those movies, and they would mimic them, and they would have these fake fights, but they were doing actual positions and stuff, and I was just so fascinated by that stuff that I wanted
that's
to
what's
do that.
rare for me.
But then I got to realize, you're going to get hurt. That's why I never was a stuntman. I wanted to be a stuntman. I'm thinking, I don't want to get hurt.
Yeah.
Like
see,
I could practice high falls. I used to practice high falls and
Did
stuff,
you?
where I could land and just be okay, or do stumbles downstairs, but or especially on my bike. I would love to just do wheelies and then just fall backwards or
what happened to
flip
you
over.
since then?
You know what? I think once for me, I don't know. It just takes one time to get hurt. And
Has anyone ever punched you in the face before?
I was punched once, but I was also in a fight on stage at a show. And
Sorry, UFC fans. We got a story first.
I was in a show called the Retro Express, and we paid homage to the 70s. And in the 70s, everyone had the huge afros. Everyone, it didn't matter if you were white, black, everyone had the afros. Look at Don Henley, look at the drummer from Boston. Everyone had the big hair and the gold chains. And that's what we wore on stage. We would go
Did you get into a fight while wearing an afro? Dude, sorry,
we,
keep going.
We only wish they had video.
Oh my God.
So I get on, I'm about to go on stage, and we had a big build up to our show. And we go through the crowd, and we get the crowd going. Someone pulled my wig off, and I put it back on, and I start mouthing off in my jive talking kind of stuff. No, it was
You
okay.
don't just pull a man's wig off.
They took his
It was
weave.
okay. So now we're on stage, and we're doing our show, and he's constantly like
Heckling you.
bothering, no, not me, but bothering people.
Oh.
Okay.
It's like a heckler, yeah.
It's so stupid when I say it, okay? But you had to be there, okay? We do YMCA. By which point, we take the people, we grab people from the crowd and bring them on stage. And we'll put headdresses on them, motorcycle cop helmets on them. We'll dress them up as the village people as we do our YMCA.
Uh-huh.
He got up on stage. I pushed him off.
You already were heated about this guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So friends of mine were there, and he was getting back on stage, and they pushed him off. He got mad, started throwing chairs into the crowd. And then by which time the owner of the establishment gave us all 3-piece suits that he used to wear back in the day. So I had a beautiful 3-piece suit, and I'm jumping off the stage.
You took a dive?
I I
In
don't
pro
even
wrestling, we call that a plancha. Just
okay.
plancha.
Okay, and this So I took
Okay,
a
yeah.
plancha
Yeah.
and I just grabbed him and I just started punching. But it was so weird because I didn't even feel like I was hurting him, but I was just punching him. And I just kept swinging and swinging and
Were you hurting him?
I probably was.
Yeah.
But it was like within a minute,
Your adrenaline took
the
over.
music stops,
yeah.
the lights come on, and I look at Mark and I'm like, take a break. So we took like a 5-minute break, until they cleaned everything up. And I went to our trailer. We had an RV.
Uh-huh.
So I went in there and I laid into bed and I'm like, I feel horrible. Because the minute I did, I felt I like bring him back, find him so I can apologize to him.
No, it sounded like he had it coming.
He did, and they kicked him out. But yeah, that was the only time I've ever raised my fist.
Yeah, but you threw the fist. You're the one who got him down.
Yeah, but it was weird because have you ever been in an accident or anything where everything slowed down for you?
Several times.
Okay. So I don't even remember. I remember vividly getting off the stage and getting to him. But I felt like I was being carried. Like I felt like
your
I just
legs were
floated.
just like...
I felt like I just floated to
Yeah,
him.
that's the weird thing about fighting is that when the adrenaline takes over, it's like it's like you times 50.
And at what point does the adrenaline take over where it stops hurting for that brief moment in time? Like
At what moment?
Yeah.
As soon as you're ready to go. Like as soon as you are ready to go.
Well, let's take the audience back because right now MMA, UFC, all that stuff is big. It always is. Every time there's a pay-per-view, every weekend, we still go with our MMA friends, our UFC friends, and we still watch this stuff. But the origins go back about 30 years.
Right. And let's not even talk about MMA. Let's talk about the misconceptions the world had about martial arts because of the movies. You had Jean-Claude Van Damme in one of the coolest movies ever, Bloodsport, fighting blind. He couldn't even see, and he's beating somebody up. You got Bruce Lee, where he's got a nunchuck and taking out 50 guys, You got Steven Seagal just throwing guys around. And so there's all these misconceptions. Everyone wants to know, like, oh, am I the chosen one? Or, hey, can I throw these pressure points out and take you down real quick? So many misconceptions, right? And everyone wants to be a tough guy. No, most guys don't want to admit that they ain't that tough, that, they would get their ass kicked in a fight. Most guys don't want to admit that. And
that's why I'm always packing, boys and girls.
That's why he keeps me around.
Yeah.
His
Sam's our
bodyguard.
See, that too. I don't even have a gun. I'd be afraid to...
Yeah.
All you need is me.
All I need is
That's all
Sam.
you need.
Yeah.
So there's all these misconceptions. I had them too. Oh,
We
God.
do have the baseball bat.
Yeah.
Oh, well, all right. That'll help. Then,
hammer.
So there's this movie. Have you ever seen... Oh, the people who have seen it are going to flip out when I say the words. The Last Dragon. Have you ever seen that?
No.
You know what? I've never seen it.
I
No.
can't
I've
believe
always
you've never
seen bits and pieces of it.
You have to see
Me of
The
all
Last
people
Dragon.
should see that.
So in The Last Dragon, you want to find out who the master is. Who's the master? Sure enough. You guys don't know what I'm talking about.
No.
But in the
it's
end,
from the movie, I'm sure.
the fact of the
That's
matter
not
is...
the movie
yes.
with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, is it?
No, that's a Bruce Lee movie. This is one with a bunch of no-name actors. But in the end, what he's looking for
I'm
is...
thinking Enter the Dragon.
Yeah. No, this is something with music. It's a real poppy kind of... You have to watch it. It's a really fun movie.
So it's like
But
Apple
it's...
for karate.
Watch the Catherine Mary Stewart episode to get that one. But in the end, when he becomes the master, he gets the glow, where you can actually literally see glows coming from him. And when he punches, glows fly out. And I literally, as a little impressionable kid, was just like, I got to get that glow.
I want to glow.
I need to glow.
Mommy, I want to glow.
I can't tell you how much I faked meditation and threw punches at my pillows, like for
To
years.
see if you could get the glow.
Yeah, I wanted that glow. Yeah, I wanted to be Bruce Lee. I wanted to be able to knock 20 people out with a nunchuck. I wanted to
Right.
be Jean-Claude Van Damme fighting blind and just using my senses to make it work. So everyone had these false conceptions, these false ideas of what martial arts was. And it's still going on to this day. I sent you a ton of YouTube videos.
Yes.
Where, I mean, there's, oh my God. Yeah, I was hoping you guys muted those. You didn't mute it?
No.
I warned you guys ahead of time.
Yes, you did.
Yes.
You gave us a warning.
But, there's so many people out there who want to be the chosen one and think that they're better than they are. When in reality, martial arts a lot of times isn't that pretty. It isn't the glow. It isn't doing a split kick. Because in reality, a lot of times that stuff doesn't work. And people did not realize that until, at least here in America, when we finally saw UFC 1. Now, there was no mixed martial arts at this time. Mm-hmm. There was Taekwondo, there was Kempo, sumo wrestling, jiu-jitsu, judo. I took Taekwondo. I had my black belt when I was 12 years old. And in my mind, Taekwondo was the art. That was the one that you needed to be the best fighter. I was so wrong. So wrong. And I found that out in UFC 1. In the very first fight. I wrote down the names because I couldn't remember. Gerard Gordeau. Whatever. He's a bad dude in real life.
Whatever.
But, yeah, he's a bad dude. But he was a savate fighter. He just looks like he's a bald, thin, kind of tall, lanky guy. And he goes up against Taylor Tooley. I'm probably messing that up, but he was a 420-pound sumo wrestler.
Ooh.
So I think it was 1993 or 95. You got sumo wrestler, 400 pounds versus, 200-pound savate. No one knows what savate is. Do you guys know what happened in that first fight in UFC?
No.
So sumo wrestler comes in a blazing. Savate guy kind of backsteps, knocks the guy down with a punch or an open hand strike. And then before the sumo wrestler guy could get up, he throws a roundhouse kick to the face, knocking his tooth into the audience. Very first fight. And the story goes is that everyone in the back was like, oh, I'm here to fight. I'm here to kick some ass. I can't wait to do this. But the moment that tooth flew out,
right,
silence.
Yeah.
Because I do remember a lot of people with a lot of talk. That there was a lot of people, because they had some kind of background in karate, taekwondo, jiu-jitsu, that they all had a lot of talk.
Uh-huh.
I think that's normal for all those fights, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think
They
in
do
reality,
smack talk
nowadays,
each other, right?
it's done for pay-per-view buys.
Yeah.
That's why they're shaking hands
Well,
afterwards.
I just
Right.
remember people...
It's
'cause
like
I
that
think
in all
also at
fighting,
this-
right? Boxing. It's like that.
Yeah,
They
to sell
trash
tickets.
talk each other.
But I just
Yeah.
people around here. If I was at shows and I'd see people, they all had the same thing. At the time, Pam Anderson did a film called Barbed Wire,
Yeah.
and it just seemed to be it set a trend where even the men had to have barbed wire tattoos.
Oh, yeah. Here.
The wraparound barbed wire tattoo.
You don't have
Yeah.
barbed wire.
No, dude. I'm
But
smarter
that was
than
the
that.
thing, they all thought that they could be in the UFC or be an MMA fighter back then because they knew a few things, a few fundamentals,
Right.
but not enough to get them into.
Well, I thought that too. So I'm 12 years old. I have my black belt. I've got my katas. I've got my kicks, which the kicks were good. But in reality, a lot of the stuff I was learning in Taekwondo just would not work in a fight. It just wouldn't work where you're bringing your hands into chamber. Now, I am not knocking Taekwondo. I'm not knocking karate.
No.
Because that stuff really made me who I am. Like the respect, the honor, the practice. The kicks
Discipline,
The
right?
discipline was huge.
Yeah.
And the kicks were great. The kicks, most of them work. But for the most part, if I bring my hands into chamber like this and go down with a downward block, I'm getting blasted in the face.
Right.
Like that
Right.
just doesn't work. So do you guys realize that UFC 1 was not just a competition, but it was an infomercial for jiu-jitsu?
No. I didn't know
I
that.
was watching the thing about the Grace
I'm so shocked.
Are you shocked? I didn't know.
because it was billed like an infomercial.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, the thing was, it was like Karate Kid. You mentioned Karate Kid.
Yeah.
Karate Kid was out. Crane kick. Everyone wants to learn this stuff. So what we call McDojos, we're all over the place where you could just go. You can get your black belt in 4 or 5 years, learn the
Right.
moves and be a master. But in reality, you have to learn certain skills in order to be successful in a fight. And just Taekwondo alone doesn't cut it. Just karate, kung fu alone does not cut it. So here you had these guys. You had kung fu versus sumo versus Krav Maga, whatever it was. But the guy who went to the end and beat everybody was a very unassuming, the lightest guy. You would look you would look at him in the street and just be like, this guy can fight.
Right.
170-pound Hoist Gracie from the Gracie family.
It's me. He's playing footsies with me under the table.
Oh, that's so cute.
He didn't really mean it, but it's okay.
So Hoist Gracie, he wasn't even the best fighter in the Gracie family, but he looked so unassuming that the story goes is that like they picked him as like, if this guy goes and beats everybody, which he will, jiu-jitsu is on the map. And now you go to any town, any street, any city, jiu-jitsu schools are all over the place.
Right.
So one by one in UFC 1, Hoist Gracie is taking down his opponents. I'm laughing because have you ever seen the first fight with Hoist Gracie? Okay, of course you haven't. While I'm talking about this, if you can you pull up his fight with Art Jimerson, I believe his name was. Because this fight with Hoist Gracie and Art Jimerson...
It's dead.
All right, what are you going to do?
I got my phone.
This guy walks out. He's a boxer. A boxer versus... His famous line was, you can't hit what you can't see. Hoist Gracie ain't trying to hit you, dude.
Gracie versus...
Art Jimerson. Look, his name doesn't matter because what he became is kind of a punchline.
Royce Gracie.
Oh my God.
In UFC 1.
The pun with that punchline because he came out with one boxing glove on. I don't know if it was a gimmick or what, but this dude came out to his fight with Hoist Gracie with one boxing glove on. Is that it? Do you see the
UFC 1?
Do you see his one boxing glove? Is that him?
Wait a minute. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you can't hit what you can't see. All Hoist Gracie does is keep him back with some leg kicks, keep him back. He takes him down. And you know how he beats this boxer? With something called the mount.
Okay.
Insert joke, Karen.
That's how. Never mind.
And so, yeah, he gets him in a mount. And if you're in jiu-jitsu, you know a mount is just
Oh, yeah. You sent us this because I was thinking, boy, this looks really like he's trying to.
I know.
Yeah. And he's carrying him.
Yeah.
Like he's literally on top of him and like.
But what's hilarious
across the
is
stage
there's
with him.
no submission happening
And then he
this.
taps out, right?
Why do you think he tapped out? Do you think it was because he was being choked?
No.
He tapped out because he didn't know what the hell to do.
He's tapped out. See? He's tapping right there.
See,
I know what that is.
You know what a tap out
out
is? Oh, you're so advanced.
I'm so advanced.
I'm so impressed right now.
Because he had no idea what was coming next. He didn't know the fundamentals of what he was doing.
Didn't know how to get out. He panicked. And in my opinion, that very moment was the start of jiu-jitsu in America. It lets you know that there's this whole other fighting game out there. It's not just punches, kicks, knees, and elbows. There's a whole thing on the ground. And all Hoist Gracie did was take him down, lay on him, and he gave up because of that.
Because he was afraid.
Afraid, maybe a little tired.
Yeah.
You can see he tries to buck him off, tries to get him off. He has no idea what he's doing down there. And let me tell you, anyone who does jiu-jitsu can tell you, if you don't know how to do jiu-jitsu, you're lost.
Right.
I am no advanced jiu-jitsu practitioner, but I know enough to know that if I am fighting someone who has zero jiu-jitsu, they are in some big trouble. Because if you don't know jiu-jitsu or wrestling, because they kind of tie together, once you are on the ground, you don't know what to do. You're stuck. You might get armbarred, you might get choked, you might get heel hooked, but in reality, just a simple mount, what the heck are you going to do? You can't get this person off you, and it's not fun having someone all their weight on top. Well, for some, it is not so fun. So UFC 1 really brought jiu-jitsu into the world. Hoist Gracie went on. I don't know if you guys know this, but UFC started off in a tournament style where it was like an 8-man tournament where in the end you'd have to beat the next person to advance. Okay. Can you imagine why that didn't work out in the long run?
Just pure exhaustion. Just
pure exhaustion, injuries.
Right.
I mean, nowadays most fighters fight 3 times like in a year.
Right. Not
3 times in a night.
Right. Which, by the way, we will be mixing it up in a few minutes when we're done, because me and Sam will have some ultimate nostalgic competitions, old school.
Oh, I thought you were gonna like.
We flipping this table over?
Yeah, I thought you were gonna like grapple or something.
It almost happened.
We will.
It almost happened in Rocky.
But old school.
Old school.
Old school.
What are you gonna thumb wrestle?
Mean?
We might. We might. I got a list of things that we're gonna do.
Oh my!
Oh, he's for real.
Yeah,
for real. Watch
I came
out.
prepared.
How can I focus on my notes if I know I'm gonna have to bring it?
Yeah, really.
Do you guys know what rules there were in the beginning?
Wasn't anything goes?
There was no eye gouge.
Because I used to hear rumors. Oh,
no
they broke
biting.
This leg
Well, I mean,
I am so sad. Wait, okay, I won't ask you to pull up a bunch of clips, but Karen and the world, you must pull this up. I am talking about, where are you on my notes? I believe it's Joe San. If you just type in Joe San, ball punching.
oh, I don't.
Yeah, I
like
couldn't watch
that.
it.
Come on, dude. Come on, dude.
That's awful.
I couldn't watch it.
How do you watch that?
Oh,
It was the one. Yeah, it said serious groin hits. It was.
Yeah,
you had the video. You
wait,
you sent it to us. I
already had the
couldn't watch
video?
it.
he has the guy fully on his back, and he is taking his fist, and boom, boom, boom. I remember being a kid being
This
like,
one, brutal groin shots.
oh,
Now, why?
come on,
Ouch.
guys, please, for the
I
sake
can't.
of the show. Dan,
You know what?
Dan,
Okay.
for the sake of the show.
There.
All right, they're watching it. Yes. So
Oh,
this guy's got Joe San on his back. All right, and here comes the good camera angle. Boom, straight. Boom. Give him another one. One more. Oh, he's kind of blocking with his knee, but the point has been made. He has blasted him in the groin several times.
Now, is he wearing cups or anything?
Oh no, those were straight shots.
Jesus Christ!
they wear cups now, but right?
Yes.
But they probably
Well,
don't.
that's the funny thing is like the rules kind of like came along as time went on.
Well,
There
there's
was
a process of elimination.
well, it might have
well,
been it might have been literal elimination because there was one fight. There's a very famous referee.
What
called,
became of those two guys?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked that.
That man speaks like Mickey Mouse now.
I'm so glad you asked that. So Joe San, the same man who was a big time religious man, came out in like almost WWE style with a big cross on his back. I can't make this stuff up. He couldn't even carry it. It like fell over. This man who was a big man of God ended up
Just San's the one that was
What's he,
being.
a porn
being
star?
punched.
Is he a porn star?
Well, he did get arrested for gang rape and also murder.
Then then he should have gotten hit in the groin.
Yes, which makes it
quite a few times.
Yeah, he's a bad man.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So the early UFC days were crazy, and they would just make
And the
rules
guy
all
that was
along.
doing the hitting, what became of him?
Nothing. See, here's the thing.
He's a priest.
Let's talk about what happened. He's a rabbi. So the original UFCs had style versus style because when I was taking Taekwondo, we were all so sure that Taekwondo was the art. Nothing could stop Taekwondo. So what the UFC showed is that like you put this guy versus that guy, something might happen. But if you put a jiu-jitsu guy in there or a wrestler like Dan Severn, someone who doesn't know how to go to the ground is doomed because it's so easy to take someone down who's never been training in takedown defense.
Right.
And once they're down, if they haven't been training how to get back up,
Right.
they're stuck there. And they're leaving themselves vulnerable for ground and pound, which Mark Coleman always brought, or submissions. Oh my
The
God.
whole thing just sounds dirty. Ground and pound, submission.
Karen, can I just
it
take
always
you?
just sounds dirty.
Can I take you to a jiu-jitsu class? You will just have a ball. Let me tell you.
Well,
Do you want to get ground and pound?
Your best friend,
I know my best friend
her
does
best
it.
friend is a savage in the martial arts.
She
here's
does
the thing.
it.
Here's the thing.
And she tells me all the time.
Okay?
She
You
gets
should try this.
You should try this. And then,
I just got my cast off.
yeah,
you should
she's
try
6
this.
weeks in
I
a
just
boot.
got-
You should
just got
really
my
come and
boot on.
try this. I'm like, I don't want to. No, I'm a sissy.
What if I take you? What if me and Nicole take you?
I'm a sissy.
Are you?
I mean,
But it's
I
so
could probably
important.
I could probably do it. I think I can. I really do. I mean,
First of all, we have no health care.
no, I do.
Yeah, I know. I had a major injury 2 years ago
I do,
with the
but
jiu-jitsu fight.
And
I
we
can
always
defend
saw,
myself.
We saw our friend Nicole always
She
banged
was
up, bruised
well,
with a broken
literally.
toe. She had
Yesterday, I saw her shin is really because they did box
Kicking the
jumps,
pad. Oh,
box jumps, and she
took a dive.
took
or
a dive.
hit it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry,
she has a
Nicole.
great story where she went to NAGA, North American Grappling Association, and she lost several times, came back one year, and finally got her hand raised.
Yes.
No, that's a great picture too of her getting her.
Yes.
hand.
Oh, where the other girls
And
just
she's just
Yeah.
exhausted.
Defeated.
I'm very
Nicole's
proud
just-
of her,
yeah,
and
we are
I'm very proud of her.
It
But
takes so much courage to do something like that.
Yeah.
Like I did pro wrestling for years. You go out there, you know who's going to win. You get nervous.
Right.
But to go out there and not know what's going to happen,
No.
and there's someone there who wants to take your head off. I had a tough time. I haven't been able to train much since, due to like having a lot of kids and stuff.
Right.
But I made it to the
due
finals.
to having
I do have a little
All these
disappointing
children.
thing to add to the show. I
What?
tried to get Dan Severn on.
Shut up. So did I.
Did
I swear to God. I tried Dan Severn and Ken Shamrock.
Okay.
But it was too soon.
you? Yeah, it was just too soon. It was
Talk
just-
about a wrestler. So, okay. Let's go back to what we were saying, where these guys who were taking people down, like Hoist Gracie, just taking people down and defeating them. Dan Severn, oh my God, there's a fight with him against some skinny dude, and he is just suplex, smothering him into a choke. Well, finally, these strikers, these kickboxers, these Muay Thai guys, these Taekwondo guys were like, all right, well, obviously, we're lacking in the ground game. We need to learn wrestling. We need to learn jiu-jitsu. So what ended up happening is a lot of these strikers ended up being able to defend the takedowns, and they started knocking out jiu-jitsu guys. Well, you know what the jiu-jitsu guys decided? Well, holy crap, I can't take these guys down. I need to learn how to throw punch, kicks, knees, elbows, and strikes. And suddenly, mixed martial arts is born. MMA.
where you are learning every fundamental of every genre of fighting.
Every genre that's important, because once
Right.
you can see what really happens in a real fight, you can start taking things out. Like you can look at things like capoeira, which is a beautiful martial art. It looks amazing, but is it effective? Not so much. I mean, the moves are telegraphed, they're flashy, they're friggin' awesome.
Who are some of the big names of that time?
Of that time. Well, you can't talk about UFC without Hoist Gracie. If a lot of people talk about their Mount Rushmore, I believe that you cannot have the Mount Rushmore.
And they still talk about.
Yeah. Now,
because you still trains.
there's a point. There was a point. The chosen one. That was always a thing in people's mind back then, right? Like, who's the guy who can't be defeated?
Right.
Well, I remember it's a little later than we usually talk about, but about 2005 or so, Hoist Gracie comes back. He hasn't been in UFC for years, and he's looking across the cage from Matt Hughes, who was the welterweight champion. And they say to Matt Hughes, "You've beaten everyone. We're bringing in Hoist." And I remember thinking to myself, like, "Oh my God, Hoist Gracie is back. He's going to fight Matt Hughes. This is crazy." But what that fight told us is how far MMA had come since the early days of UFC, where Matt Hughes ended up taking Hoist down and just smashing him, completely smashing him, and he was defenseless. And you learn that there is no chosen one. Maybe Hoist seemed like it at first,
Right.
but there's the evolution of martial arts. There's always going to be someone who can beat you. And that was really hard for me to swallow at first. But then I realized, like, martial arts is something that you never stop learning.
Right.
And it's so new. So many of the techniques, MMA is so new, so there's so much to learn. Hoist Gracie, he's at the Mount Rushmore. He's the one we need to really say that he changed the world when it comes to martial arts. You can also talk about Ken Shamrock. He was one of the first dudes. He was a good-looking dude. He was ripped. He had such a cool post-fight interview in UFC 1 where, like, they even come up to him and they say, there's a Hollywood director out here. He thinks you could really do movies. And he just looks, he goes, I like to fight. I like to fight. I was like, hell yeah. He lost to Hoist Gracie, and they said to him, are you the second best guy here? We feel like you are. And he said, well, I lost in the semi, so I'm the third best guy. Just real humble,
Right.
respectable interview. We have to talk about Dan Severn, like you were saying.
Yeah.
Just a bear of a guy. People really did not realize how important collegiate high school wrestling could be in your fight career. That's why a guy like Brock Lesnar, WWE champion, came into UFC, became UFC champion. Not because it's easy to just go out there and learn fights and because he's a great athlete, but he spent his high school years in wrestling.
In real wrestling.
So do you guys have any idea of why wrestling is such an important part of fighting?
From what I've seen in on the fights and stuff, it seems to be like a good 70% of the fight. It's about
The fundamentals.
it's just about holding that person, pinning them, having control.
Yes,
Being,
that's it.
Being submissive. Is it being dominant? Being dominant. Being
Jokes on both those.
yeah, we're just
I'm just going to be quiet.
we're getting our own podcast show.
Yeah, you get to dictate where the fight
said
goes.
He
I
said-
knew it.
he said-
as soon as I
he
said dictate.
Dictate. Okay. All right.
Karen,
I'm sorry.
can you just come to martial arts for the laughs?
Yeah. I
So
totally
you
could.
get to dictate where and go. You want to take someone down, you take them down. You don't want to be taken down, they're not going to take you down if you know wrestling. You know. So Dan Severn, a guy like Mark Coleman was the first guy to bring in GNP, ground and pound, where he would take a guy down and just
Ooh.
smash
Did you just
you.
gravel your?
Yeah.
Did you just
You heard what I did. They heard what I did.
do that one more time?
Ground and pound.
Ground and pound.
Now it's really dirty.
See, this is the problem with jujitsu is every girl or every dude who looks at someone putting someone in a full mount, they just like look at it like, ew, this looks so dirty. It's like, just let
It
us
kind of does
grapple.
but really it is kind of like, you're watching this fight and you're like, oh, he's all up in there. Like it's the truth. It's like, you're like,
You
woo.
can't be a germaphobe and be into
No.
jujitsu.
No.
Obviously not.
You have to be very comfortable with being in close quarters with a sweaty person.
Yeah.
Me and Nicole, I've grappled with her. Her drops of sweat have landed on my face. It's all good. We're getting better every day.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're still fighting here.
Dude, I'm
Still talking about the fights and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. So
Yes, for sure.
Ground and pound.
Ground and pound.
so it really like
Practice that.
round and
Dan
pound.
can't roll his R's.
You can't.
He has
Ground and pound. Yes,
he has
I
a-
can. You can't roll your lips. Like,
Wait.
No, I can't.
You can't do that?
No. Nope.
well, you got to do
Let me see you try.
No.
Come on, Karen.
in vocal warm-ups. You got to do scales.
You have
like,
to do that in vocal warm up, and I can't.
Is that how you sing so good? You
No.
do that? Oh.
No, he doesn't do that.
No,
but
I
you're
sing so
supposed
good
to
because
do
I
that.
sing because the voice is a muscle, and I sing for 4 hours nonstop for 30 years now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's you work out that muscle, huh? Oh. That was a legit question.
And his mic
I was just
goes down.
Oh my
No,
God.
it was
I
a
just-
legitimate question.
It was.
I just
I
made
don't
it
know where
dirty.
your oh my God. Turn her
Dan works that muscle.
His mic turn off muscle?
Yes.
He's really getting good at that.
Yes.
So yeah, man. So if we're gonna bring up some names, so okay, the early guys. You can't talk about the early guys without talking about at least my personal favorite three: Chuck Liddell, Tito Ortiz, and Randy the Natural Couture. Randy the Natural Couture and Tito Ortiz just had massive takedown abilities and could smash. Chuck Liddell, who was basically like the face of the UFC for
Right.
a while. He could defend the takedowns, and boy, you just knew the bomb was coming because certain people just are born with a certain type of power. I generally find that it's people with broad shoulders. Like when I throw punches, there's quite a bit of power to it. Like I could definitely, I have a lot to learn. I'm not trying to show off, but as opposed to someone who has a
smaller
smaller
frame.
frame, they'll throw 100 punches and it's more like taps, boop, boop, boop.
Right.
But someone like Chuck Liddell, a real wide dude, one punch knockout power. He would walk backwards while the guy's chasing him and knock him out while walking backwards.
And a lot of it is technique, knowing what to do, knowing how to do it, knowing how to throw a punch, knowing what punch to throw, whether it's a kick, whether it's a punch, over physical abilities. Because there's a lot of guys that look like physical specimens. They're gorgeous. And then there's guys that look like they just had a hoagie before they came on. And those guys, they just know a little more technique to just take care of the other one.
Yeah, that was a misconception too. Like the biggest, strongest guy, the guy who's got six-pack and just ripped to shreds. Well, you know what that muscle does? It needs oxygen when you're going. Those guys get tired. So fast. A lot of those guys are roided up. All the UFC guys in the early days were roided up.
Sam Seidel said that. And then...
It's true. Everyone knows it.
And then, at some point, the women started to bring it.
Yeah, that was until very late. In fact... Dana White said that he would never have women in the UFC.
Really?
But they're a huge draw. You know what woman put it on the map, right?
Was it Rousey?
Ronda Rousey. Mm-hmm. Yeah, very marketable. She was arm barring everybody. She had an attitude. Like, she really put it on the map. And to be honest, like, women a lot of times are a lot tougher than the dudes. It's true. I've seen some wars with some women.
Yeah.
It's because we're bitches.
Dudes are assholes.
Karen said that.
Yeah, okay. I didn't say it. I didn't say it.
Karen said that.
But that's really it. Like, in a nutshell. If you go back now and you watch some Steven Seagal like videos of him showing his techniques, it's such a joke. Mm-hmm. It's fake. It's McDojo. There's what's it called? Chi martial arts, where literally you don't even have to touch the guy.
Is that the video where they were just falling over?
He was going like
falling
that.
over. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, look up some
cool.
Chi martial arts videos. You will die laughing. It is hilarious.
Would you ever see Steven Seagal run?
Oh gosh, no.
Okay, you talk to him. I'm going to pull this.
Oh,
I can do this. Yeah, and then we're going to throw down. We're going to do some serious.
We're going to bring it, right?
Oh, we're going to bring it.
Yeah. So
I really want to know what this competition is you're going to do.
I mean, remember there was animal stances, the crane, the this and that.
Yeah.
Like in reality, like aerial moves, flip moves, like none of that stuff works. In the end, UFC taught people you need jiu-jitsu, you need a ground game, and you also need a striking game. You need to be able to wrestle. And those early fights with no
his
rules.
Running compilation.
Oh, he's fast here. He looks a lot thinner here than.
Oh, he's fast here.
All right, he's chasing after the bad guy.
What's
wrong with this? He looks like he's moving.
Is this a movie?
No, he runs like Barry Goldberg.
It's kind of a silly.
He does run a little.
He's got his arms are.
Oh, he's got the arm.
Yeah, he goes like he flails his arms when he runs.
It's adorable.
He does.
I mean, he is a really good Aikido guy.
He wouldn't know Barry Goldberg because he doesn't watch the Goldbergs.
Okay.
You need to watch
Goldberg. That sounds Jewish.
It is.
Yay.
It's the Goldbergs.
You would love that show.
You would love it. It's 80s.
Yeah.
But listen, before we get into our fights,
he doesn't want to talk that.
I just want to say that if you never got a chance to see UFC 1, it's such a joke. Like, it's so funny. Like, obviously, it's the infomercial. The Gracies wanted to show everyone jiu-jitsu was supreme. But, oh, my God, the Bill Wallace, oh, man. Just his opening monologue. He gets, first of all, check for the hiccup on Bill Wallace.
He hiccups?
Oh, it's such
drinking?
a big... I know, just because he can't talk.
Oh.
And he shits all over MMA.
Oh.
Well, it wasn't MMA, but he literally says, like, anyone could go in here and do this. This is silly.
Oh.
Like, the man can't get through a sentence. Like, the whole thing is chaotic. Tooths flying into the crowd. People are booing Hoist Gracie and Ken Shamrock for their ground techniques because no one's educated at that point.
Right.
Everyone's like, what the heck's
are they
going
doing?
on? Yeah.
Right.
People were, like, chanting bullshit because, like, they didn't know what the hell happened. Wow. So, yeah. What the hell are you going to do with me, man?
Okay, we're going to do... You got to keep score.
Oh, Lord.
We're going to be doing
you know how do I have to add things? Because you know how last week went.
I didn't stretch out.
In fact, you should also be the card girl.
Let me have... Oh,
okay.
ow! Round one.
Okay.
Ow!
So, you will take You can use this one to keep score.
I just can't use Sam's pen. You know, I cut my finger on your damn pen last week.
Oh, 'cause
Did I pull off the?
Yes.
It's a nervous thing. Look,
He
in the
pulled
camera.
off the thing, and I went to use the pen for something. Literally cut my thumb. I was like, "What the hell? Look at it! Look,
I cut you.
you see it?
I cut you
You
deep.
cut me.
Okay, and then you
I
have
cut you deep.
to keep score of who the champion is.
All right, let me
Okay?
at least have
I
my
don't know
green
what I-
olive first.
Okay, you get.
What?
Oh,
What
I'm
am I
hulking
keeping
up.
score about?
Okay, yeah.
Do I have to write like Sam,
Yeah.
Dan, Sam,
Okay, we're gonna go.
and Dan? Okay.
What's the first competition, bro?
I
We
can't
throwing
compete in this.
Boxing,
Paper, scissors.
jiu-jitsu.
Rock, paper, scissors. Oh my gosh. I don't even know
Hell
how
yeah.
to play rock, paper, scissors.
Hell yeah.
I don't even know how
Are
to
we
play
doing
it.
best of 3 or just?
Best of 3.
Dude, you're so dead. I've been training my whole life for this. Are you ready? You limber? Are you
Ready,
feeling
bro.
stretched?
I'm ready.
I know what you're throwing first. I'm just letting you know.
Rock.
Here we go. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Everyone put scissor first. Such a rookie
All
mistake.
right, so Sam
right.
gets a
One
point.
thing, if you're going to learn one thing from this episode, always throw rock first, people. You'll beat everyone. All right. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Scissors. And then you throw scissors. And then you have a flawless victory. That's best of 3. I just beat you, dude.
All right, fine.
Yes. Yes.
Thumb wrestling.
I want to thank my mom. I want to thank God. Oh, you want a piece of this thumb? What are we doing, left or right?
Doesn't matter.
Let's. Oh, cocky.
Yeah.
Dang, your husband's getting cocky over here, Karen. I might have to. Oh, listen. I'm not
Okay.
paying for the hospital bill.
All right.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. I declare thumb war. Oh, now can I bring in my tag team partner?
Who's that? That
Oh,
guy?
you bringing in that?
That guy?
I'll bring in sumo. No, 1, 2, 3. Oh my
right.
God! It's like I can't be stopped. I hate to do this in front of Karen.
I know. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Oh, best of 3.
Yeah.
Okay. 1, 2.
Wait,
3.
she should be holding up the rounds. This is.
I know. What is this, round 3? Karen.
You got to hold up.
She's a
that we're doing-
scorekeeper and she's the ring girl.
I can't keep up.
No one's ever done both jobs at the same time. You're making
That's
history right now
That's it.
on the Nostalgia Cafe. Round 2.
But people can't see anyway.
That's all right.
That's okay. Watch our YouTube so you
That's
can't see. Wait, oh, rock, paper. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold on.
Have some more martini.
Okay, I'm just,
See,
I'm
this is
playing
where you
mi-
get him. You get him
Yeah.
in the mind.
I'm
It's
playing
all
mind games with
psychological.
you,
Yeah.
dude. 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare thumb war. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Boom. Oh, what? Oh, you're letting go, bro. You know I've got you right where I want you. 1, 2, 3. These thumbs cannot be stopped. These thumbs.
I'm really waiting for the drinks to go flying.
Speaking of which, can I get a refill, Karen?
Yeah.
I know you're doing like 2 jobs. Can you just do a
this
third?
is the third job. Now I'm bartender.
This would be our commercial.
If you want to hire Karen for bartending, reffing, and ring girling,
Yeah.
call us
Call us.
at the Nostalgia Cafe.
Yeah. There you go. Look.
Thank you. Oh, there's a
Your,
lot of.
your toothpick's floating.
I want more green
olives
olives.
all over the place here.
Oh my
You can't
gosh.
take this guy anywhere.
Dan, I don't want to embarrass you anymore. Are you
That's all
sure
right.
you want to continue with
We're
this?
going to continue.
All right.
You have to
All right.
admit that the martinis, you're a little disappointed, aren't you? You were really looking forward to the martini, and you're a little disappointed in this week's martini.
Listen,
'Cause of the
whatever you've
absolute-
made is doing the trick.
Okay, good.
So I'm happy.
It's
Okay.
all right.
Look, beggars can't be choosers.
Okay.
Lauren Marie Taylor, this next one's for you. I heart you. What are we doing next?
I'm bringing it.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, he's bringing out a bag. Oh, snap!
Oh my god!
Oh!
Oh my god!
Oh, my God!
Just for this episode, my
When
friend.
did you buy this?
Today.
Ladies and gentlemen, oh, I'm feeling so nostalgic on the Nostalgia Cafe.
It's not gonna fit. You're gonna have.
You
We're
do
gonna
realize-
make it happen.
Don't you have to put
Okay.
that thing together?
We're going to make it happen.
Yeah, it
this is all
takes-
part of the.
You have
Here,
to put it.
that's
Oh,
you.
I'm the blue guy.
This is.
Yeah, you be that red little fool. Ladies and gentlemen,
This guy.
Dan Morrow has purchased one of the most nostalgic feeling games of all time.
look at
Break
this.
out the ring.
Look at
We are
this.
about to get Rock'em,
It gets bad now. It
Sock'em,
gets nasty. now.
Robot up
Get-
in this.
I
You guys are
I think
nerds.
those with weak
Oh,
constitutions
yeah.
should leave the room right now because
Sorry, you guys are nerds.
it's going to be really.
We are badass nerds.
You have no idea.
How do you put this in here? It's been 30 years since I've done this. Oh my gosh.
That's what she said.
They got,
We were
oh my
waiting for
God,
it.
Karen,
We were
seriously?
waiting for it.
I'm waiting for it.
Wow. So, for those of you who don't know, I happen to be a black belt in Rock'em Sock'em.
What did you do?
My friends used to come over and I would just take them down one by one. But usually it was set up already. Okay, you got it. You got it. The blue slides in there.
I love this.
This is so embarrassing.
Please watch
Listen,
the drinks.
Don't watch the YouTube video
hold on for a
because
second.
if
No,
you watch the
the
YouTube,
YouTube
video,
video-
you will see how clumsy and silly. Oh, he's putting on the ropes. There's only 2 ropes in Rock'em Sock'em.
That's it, huh? I thought this was a regulated rink.
Yeah, this is definitely not up to code.
What is happening?
I'm just saying. Karen, are you not down with the Rock'em Sock'em?
Oh, God.
Oh my God. Dan just almost got KO'd.
Oh, you know what happened?
He almost
I'm
got
sorry.
KO'd.
There we go. There we go. This is
Okay, I'm going to take that back. You have to see this
Sam.
YouTube video.
What was one of your favorite toys when you were little?
Well, oh God, if I'm going to embarrass myself, I can't begin to tell you how many hours I've spent with those action figures because, like, I was
The
such,
wrestling guys.
Well, because I was such a pro wrestling fan. Look at the ropes all twisted.
It's
No,
good enough.
Definitely not regulation. I think it just goes in like that. Yeah, no, just slide it in. Karen, no comment. And then
There we
you
go.
just put it in.
Slide, yeah.
Yo,
Slide it in
Rock'em
and you just
Sock'em.
put
Hold
it
on,
in
hold
like
on,
that.
hold on.
So yeah, I mean, I had all these action figures with storylines, finishing moves, all that. Totally off topic, but we're just trying to kill time while Rock'em
Yeah.
Sock'em is being
Yeah.
built.
You should have
Oh
had
my
this
God,
prepared.
I am so excited.
I just wanted to. What do we do here?
Oh my goodness.
It's all right.
Is he
This is-
popping?
there
Boom.
you go.
Is he throwing punches? Yo,
There
look at
you
that jab. Look
There
at
he
that
goes.
cross.
There
Blue
you go.
man.
You're gonna have to move your.
Ladies and
All right,
gentlemen.
I'm moving the drink because I could just say it.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Rock'em Sock'em
I
Robots
think.
and the
can I
Nostalgia
do
Cafe.
wait, can I do
Pro-
the?
I'm trying to-
Ladies and gentlemen, see, you're impressed,
Boys
aren't you?
and girls.
Aren't you impressed?
Wait.
Let's
Before we
get
do any,
ready. I'm sorry.
I don't know if that's trademarked.
Oh,
Bruce Buffer
Sorry.
will straight up
Michael-
sue us.
they'll sue us.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Michael Buffer.
Michael Buffer.
He's the one that sues people for
Okay,
saying
we
ready
won't
to
do that.
rumble.
Yeah. All right, let's not get
All right,
ready to
pop
do
it
that
in.
then.
He's got his jab. He's got his cross. All right,
Let's get ready to rock 'em.
Now,
That's,
Karen-
I can say that.
Karen,
Yeah.
I
Now,
don't trust this guy.
I have the red. I am the red rocker.
I am the blue bomber.
Blue bomber.
Hey, Karen, I need some real reffing going because you know your man can get dirty. Take that as you want. All right, I need you to.
We need
All
a-
right,
this-
standing in the red corner is the.
Red rocker.
And in the blue corner, the undefeated champ who will never lose a fight, the blue bomber. Red, are you ready?
I'm gonna bust you up.
I have to say.
Blue, are
I'm-
you ready?
I'm embarrassed with
You
this.
dead man.
I must break you.
3, 2, 1, fight! Oh, in the face!
Wait, I'm not.
He can't even throw a punch! He can't even throw a punch!
He came off of his rocker. Unnecessary roughness.
Wow, this is worse than when we did Plinko.
Unnecessary.
How does he
roughness.
not set this up before we do it?
I
Because I
don't
wanted to
know.
surprise you with it.
I would have been
He
equally
could've just been like-
surprised.
Look.
Yeah, if anyone out there knows how to.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, what a shit show. Oh my God, he's throwing punches while I'm. I can't believe you. You're going to take that as a win, aren't you, you
No.
dirty, dirty fighter?
I'm surrounded by.
I'm connected. Okay.
All right, we'll count it. 1-0.
No.
Oh, that didn't count?
No,
All right, ready? 3,
yeah.
2, 1, go. All right, Blue Bomber's throwing his right cross. Oh! Head in the air! 1-0. Blue Bomber drops the bomb. Karen is wanting out of here
I am.
immediately.
I really am.
Karen?
What? I knew I wasn't going to like this show.
Karen?
Yeah.
This one's for you. Go! Oh! Undefeated! Undefeated!
So what? It's when your head pops off? Yeah.
The red guy's head popped up
Did you ever play
twice.
Rock'em Sock'em?
Wow.
Here's the problem.
My brothers
Here's the
probably
problem.
wouldn't let me. They wouldn't let me have a turn.
You know Karen. Hey, wait.
She should play champion.
No.
Karen,
I don't want to play
no,
Rock and From Robots.
Karen, you don't want a piece of Dan right now? Look, now he's throwing some cheap
No,
shots.
no,
now
not
that
right
I've already
now, I
won.
don't.
He's hitting me in the face after the bell. And I just wanted you to know I am 3-0 in this competition. Not that I'm competitive or anything.
Not that you're competitive.
No, not at all.
No.
Karen, are you hanging
Your
in there?
eyes. You resorted back to a 3-year-old when I brought this box out.
Dude, that was a great surprise. This is staying in the studio, am I
Yes,
correct?
absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Oh, so you guys can play
Right
next
here.
week.
Yeah, no, Karen, we
Right
might have
here.
to ask you to leave for a while. 'Cause
We're gonna have
Shall
it.
I leave you guys alone?
No, we'll bring it out for the female version of the.
oh, yes,
Yeah.
the women's fight.
I don't like Cindy Crawford. Cindy Crawford's hot.
Jenny McCarthy in the face. Karen's so mad. Karen, are you
I'm not mad.
are you hanging in there this episode? I had this goal. Okay, can I be real with you guys? I had this
Yeah,
goal.
Be real.
So we were going to talk about the babes, but we'll save. We have that in our pocket. We were talking about UFC, and I knew this was not Karen's jam. So I had in my mind that,
At all.
you know, Sam, you're a really good guy. You'll find a way to make Karen feel totally great about this episode.
Well, I pretty much said to him, like, I'm going to have nothing to say.
I said I'd make it exciting.
And yeah, and Sam said, I highly doubt you'll have nothing to say. No.
So I have a question.
Yes.
Are you going to still be with the Nostalgia Cafe after this episode? Okay. Is that it? Am I undefeated?
That's it. You were
Wow.
the champion.
Dude, you're
Of
sweating.
all three.
Hey.
You
of
were
all-
literally
I bet that
sweating.
Of
is
all three
like,
comps.
We're the opponent.
Undefeated MI is the world's most dangerous Jew, Sam Seitels.
Next week we got a really good one. Huge one.
It's June Ambrose, right?
June Ambrose.
So June Ambrose is not only a 90s and modern day style icon, working with the likes of Busta Rhymes, working with Jay-Z, Beyonce, so many music videos. She's all over New York City, but she is also the parents of two of my students. I had her kids for about 4 years in my classroom, and those were 4 of the best years of my teaching career. Her kids and I were very close, and I just cannot wait to speak to June Ambrose. She's got 1 billion followers. Everyone loves her. Guys, you do not want to miss that. Woo, my adrenaline's pumping for this, but even more so for our interview next week with the great, powerful, awesome June Ambrose.
You got a little shout out right there.
This is a huge one. A man who's a veteran on the mic. I'm talking about Nikki G. Nikki G, you were on my show. You did us a favor. You gave us a commercial.
That was an awesome commercial.
Awesome commercial. Back to the Future music in the background. Nikki G, check him out. Check out his radio show, Nikki G Entertainment. Brother, you're the man.
A few other podcasts have been giving us some shout outs as well.
Who's that?
You sent me the link. Our buddies, our friends that are doing the
Horror 365,
Horror 365.
Jimmy J Entertainment. That dude is the man. He's having us at his 80. Ladies and gentlemen, we are not only going to be at the 80s Extravaganza convention, we are also going to be judging the 80s dance competition.
Yeah.
Dance judges. That's
Heck.
awesome.
Dude, how cool is
That's
that?
awesome. Buzz in the Tower, also a really fun podcast show. If you ever get the chance, check those guys out. In fact, you can listen to them right after you listen to us.
If you want to check it out, I got this friend named Joe Rogan. You can check him out. He's all right.
He's got enough. Be sure to like us, follow us. You can follow this show, subscribe to this show. We're on Facebook, YouTube. Like, follow, subscribe. Pillars of Hamilton. You can find out all listening platforms. Find out where I'm going to be performing. danmorrow.com and the beautiful Karen Lynn for all your T-shirt vinyl personalizing. What do you call? Well, I was wearing a vinyl.
Who's this?
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
Oh,
Oh.
it's getting steamy up in there.
Embellished by Karen Lynn. Well, it's time to close shop for the night. So for myself, Sam Seitel, and the beautiful Karen, we look forward to serving you next time on the Nostalgia Cafe.
Thank you, Karen.
Help me.
I owe you one. Next episode, whatever you want. Round 3. Here we go. Undefeated. I can't be stopped.
Doesn't even work.